Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to debate the motion of thanks, the President's address. But before I do so, let me start with rendering my maiden speech. Madam Speaker, I would like to give glory to the Almighty God for having granted me an opportunity to serve the people of Chinsali for the second time. Madam Speaker, allow me to express my profound gratitude to the former head of state, President Edgar Chagwa Lungu, and the Patriotic Front leadership, starting from the Secretariat to the constituent officials in Chinsali, for having accorded me an opportunity to stand as a member of parliament on the PF ticket for the second time, and for the support that was rendered to me during the campaign period. In the same, Madam Speaker, in the same vein, allow me to thank the electorate of the Chinsali constituents for the strong support that they rendered me during the campaigns, which made me retain the seat as Member of Parliament for Chinsali, which is commonly known as Sakwitonta Ukushumaruanga, the top soil.
Meaning?
It's just a name. Furthermore, I wish to thank my family, friends, and the Chinsali Development Foundation for the support that they offered me before, during, and after the elections. It is my desire, Madam Speaker, to thank the members of the clergy, the Chinsali Pastors Fellowship, for the spiritual support that they have always given me. Let me also pay tribute to all the chiefs in Chinsali, including the late Chief Funkula, who passed away recently. May his soul rest in peace. Chief Unkweto, Chief Mubanga, sub-chiefs, and all headmen for the moral support that they offered me during the campaigns. Madam Speaker, allow me to thank the members of my campaign team that were led by Mr. Oliver Mlenga for the good job that they did during the campaign period. Madam Speaker, during my first tenure of office as a Member of Parliament for Chinsali from 2016 to 2021, we implemented the following notable projects: upgrading of the 16.3 kilometers of selected township roads that pass in Mishishi, Chinunda, Mayadi, FTC, Kangwansuluka, location, Kavuta, and Chandamari compound to bituminous standard. So today, when Mr. Chidima in location wants to go to Chinsali Township, he walks on a tarmac road. The second one, construction and operationalization of 10 communication network towers. Construction of the new Chinsali General Hospital. Construction and operationalization of 4 rural health posts from the 650 health posts project. Construction and operationalization of Nambuluma Police Clinic. Construction of Nashinga Clinic using CDF. This clinic is waiting for the construction of a staff house and toilets for us to open it. Completion of the construction of Muchinga Police Division Office Block, a ZNBC studio, and construction of an office block for ZRA. And also the construction of the NAPSA office block, among others. Madam Speaker, development is an ongoing process. Even though we have scored success in the areas I am from mentioning, Chinsali is still an underdeveloped district. And the people of Chinsali are yearning for more development. Some of the developmental needs that the people of Chinsali will be looking up to the UPND government to be implemented include completion of the Chinsali Water Reticulation Project so that Mr. Cheba in rural compound, Mr. Rodwatch Pasha in location compound, residents in FTC area and Muriangolo, among other areas of Chinsali, can have access to clean and safe water. Completion of the rehabilitation of the Chinsali to Muliansolo Road so that Father Kasolo, Mr. Kenda, Bashchanda Ken, Katkist Kalova, and other road users should not be taking more than 2 hours and 30 minutes for the stretch that can only take 45 minutes if the road was in good shape. The construction of Mbesuma Bridge and Safwa Bridge, rehabilitation of the Kafwimbi to Mbesuma Road. These are some of the projects that we want the new government to work on. In addition to these, we want this government to complete the construction of the Chinsali bus station so that the buses that pass through Chinsali from the Copper Belt, Lusaka, and Nakonde can be dropping passengers in Chinsali Boma rather than the status quo where the passengers are dropped at Nambuluma Junction. The need to construct deep tanks in Chinsali so that Mr. Mosen Nkolen Kasanta, Mr. Mutawale, Mukuka JM, and other livestock farmers can have where to dip animals to kill external parasites. The rehabilitation of the road that comes from the Chinsali post office to Nambuluma Turnoff to reduce the wear and tear of the vehicles for people in Chinsali. Construction of Chunga Bridge so that Mr. Clifford and Mr. Singwa, as well as other people from Chunga there, can be crossing easily when they want to go to Nakonde to do business. The rehabilitation of feeder roads, including the Choshitu Cheswa Road, Lubwa Tunashinga Road, Nkweto Tumwalule Road, Mundutu Sula Road, Mulilansolo to Kalisha Road, Lukotu Muvanga Road, Kawuta to Kawungo Road, and Chandamari to Kasomo Road. And also the completion of the construction of Paul Mushindo University, among other projects. Madam Speaker, the reason why the people of Chinsali re-elected me is because they saw the good work that I did in my last tenure of office, and also because they have trust and confidence that I will work for them. I wish to assure them that I will not betray their trust and confidence. I will speak on their behalf in this House through debating in a dispassionate manner. Madam Speaker, the youths of Zambia voted for Mr. Hichilema to become the 7th president of this great republic because they were promised jobs and free education from primary to university level. I will keep on reminding the members of the executive, the members on your right, to look into the plight of the youth until they provide meaningful employment to the youth, free education from primary to university level. And it will not just be quality education as we had it in the presidential speech. Because as far as I can analyze, there will be no quality education in Zambia from 2021 to 2026. Quality education disappeared the moment we merged the Ministry of Higher Education and the Ministry of General Education. I agree with what the previous debater said, Honorable Mpundu from Nkana. If the ministries were left the way they were, it could have been better. Why do I say so? Madam Speaker, Ministry of General Education was the biggest ministry before the merger, and it was the most widespread ministry, as you are guaranteed to find a teacher even in the most remote place you can go, where you can't even find the police or a clinic, but you can find a school or a teacher there. And the primary schools, they face budgetary challenges. They face budgetary challenges which are evidenced by poor infrastructure, high pupil, teacher-to-pupil ratio, and also lack of textbooks and other challenges, which means that with the merging of the ministries, the focus that is supposed to be given to these challenges will be stretched.
Order.
Madam Speaker, allow me now to make a few comments on the motion of thanks. The speech that was delivered by the President to this House, Madam Speaker, was characterized by lack of coherence and clarity. Madam Speaker, for example, on page 27 of the speech, it is indicated that to enhance the competitiveness of our local enterprises, the UPND government will reduce the transaction costs of doing business. But on page 24 of the same speech, Madam Speaker, you will see that the President contradicted himself when he said that to attract more investment in the electricity subsector, his administration will put in place cost-reflective tariffs. Madam Speaker, making the electricity tariffs cost-reflective implies that increasing the cost of electricity. Therefore, this is because currently the price of electricity is subsidized, Madam Speaker. So making the cost of electricity cost-reflective implies that removing the subsidies, which will leave the cost of electricity high. We are critical thinkers. We are able to analyze. We will continue to analyze and tell the Zambian people the truth that the cost of electricity, according to the speech, there is an implication that the cost of electricity is going to be increased. And as a result, there will be no reduction.
Honorable member who is debating, is that an assumption or a fact that the cost of cost of electricity will be increased?
It's a fact, Madam Speaker, because the cost of electricity at the moment is subsidized. So when they remove the subsidies, then the cost of electricity will go up, and there will be no transaction. There will be an increase in the transaction cost of doing business for the Zambians and local SMEs